admittedly it's come with sort of winners rather than finalists, but to show that sort of consistent level is so impressive, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's not far off what Tom's done, the last few events, Tom's won, is it four of like the last few events?
I've lost count at this stage, mate.
I know, so have I as well, but I mean, Dempsey is not far off doing what Tom has done as well, I mean, anybody would be happy with Dempsey's record in the last few events as well,
Oh, absolutely. I think the one player who's probably not that happy with Dempsey's record in the last few events is probably Dempsey himself, because he'd have loved just to have got one of them over the line. But certainly in the 2 Pro Series finals that he had, he just simply didn't get the opportunity to. So he's a very rational kind of guy. He's disappointed, but he's not too upset with himself. He gave as good as he got. And all he'll be hoping for in this match with Shaun Chipperfield is that he gets the chances to win. And that, I think, will be Chippy's attitude as well. They're 2 fantastic players. Chippy's certainly gone through the ringer to get here. He's been through Jack Whelan and then Chris Melling in the rounds before this. And he said in his interview there, if you can knock those 2 out and you're playing well, you can't fear anyone at that stage.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're saying Shaun Chipperfield's gone through the ringer, we need to look at Stevie Dempsey's game against Phil Harrison, because
did you watch it?
I did watch it, and
were you out there in the arena, or?
I wasn't in the arena, but I watched it. Well, I watched a little bit in the arena, and then I watched the end of it on my phone, and I was like, that could be the most dramatic ending to a match I've ever seen on Ultimate Pool, to be honest.
It's up there. It really is up there for me. As Chippy's about to knock in the game's first 8 ball. Lovely finish from Shaun Chipperfield. He was saying to us earlier how good his break's been, and it lived up to his billing there. Super break and run for Chippy. It was almost like he got put into the 12th round, and then someone says to their fighter, you need a knockout, otherwise you're losing a pretty big decision here. And he's just come out swinging and landed that seminal blow. Tough first break though for Stevie. Straight in off, that will irritate him. Second chance to Shaun Chipperfield.
Yeah, normally Dempsey's pretty good at getting the cue ball straight up and down the table, so he'd be pretty disappointed with that.
But one thing you will say about Stevie is the way that he backed up that win over Phil Harrison with his win over Craig Wadding. It was 2 absolute chalk and cheese performances. He was so poor against Phil Harrison, but he was awesome against Craig Wadding. Really awesome.
Yeah, and when you win a match like that where you feel like you should have lost it, you do feel like you're already out of the tournament, and actually it's just anything what happens after that is a bonus. And I've been there, you should lose a match, you end up getting away with it, and anything after that, you just play so freely, to be honest.
Well, Chippy knocks in a great pot there on short position. I always get so impressed when you watch Chippy, because he doesn't even throw a feather in there. He just makes pots. I think Gareth said it best in the studio at the start of tonight. There's not many who make the game look easier when they're playing well. You just watch Chippy in full flow and you're like, this is not this easy.
Yeah, and I did actually hear what Gaz said before the game, actually. And he obviously was saying that Chippy, like, if you think someone's going to maybe make a mistake, it might be Chippy, and I agree with what Gaz said.
Well,
but
to your point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just when you're playing Chippy and he's in full floor and everything's coming off, you just think, like, what am I supposed to do against him,
Well, he's played a great shot there. The cannon he played on the yellow didn't go particularly kindly, but he's recovered the situation. One good pot away from 2-0. Crunches it in. Is he on the 8 ball?
Is it? It could be tight, that,
It looks like he's playing it. Yeah, had to turn it over a little bit, and it goes. Shaun Chipperfield breaking again. 2-0 in front. He is slamming that break, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think Arfan's doing the hand on the table break as well, isn't he?
Yeah, slightly different because the offhand puts it right in the corner where you feel like you get a little bit more room, but Chippy actually gets even less room by going straight on like that. But he mentioned in his interview at the start of the match that it's a break that he found just leading up to the last man standing, and it worked really well for him, so he stuck with it. I suppose that's all you can really do as a player, isn't it? If you find something that works, you gotta milk it dry, really.
Yeah, I think from watching Chippy over the last few months, his break hasn't been good, to be honest. I mean, he's been doing a lot of in-offs in the middles, you know, straight in the corner, and possibly the reason he's doing the hand on the table is to control the white better. I'm assuming hand on the table, he's not losing the white as much. He's probably
since he's used it,
a lot straighter as well.
Been much more successful for him. I think he's just on this yellow. Had to play it off the red. Super shot. Knocks that yellow out as well for good measure. It's not fully out though.
And I'm assuming he's played for the yellow into the top right now. I'm not sure if he's on it. Looks tight.
I think he's on it. It's just what you do next. How do you get that yellow in 8-ball free? Because the yellow only goes to pockets above it, but landing underneath it is really tough. Well, maybe the plan is to go underneath it. You might be able to go into it.
Yeah, he could now run round 2 cushions, top left-hand side. Or maybe he's going into it. Oh, he's a bit off with that one. Yeah, he's tried to screw that a lot more than he did and tried to cannon the 8-ball. If he cannons the 8-ball there, he's probably on a choice of yellows.
Yeah,
he just didn't get into that.
It's now tough. It's now really tough.
Both so what he's looking at here now, what he's looking at is to pot the yellow into the centre and cannon into the red. Oh, he's not playing it now. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Well, would you believe that? What a fluke.
To be honest, I think that was just I don't actually think he was playing anything there. I think he just hitting
I almost think he didn't want to pot it, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's just hitting the balls and see where it went.
Well, if you look where he's got the cue ball, I think he's almost tried to just draw back as much as he can. Leave it on the top cushion. Stevie's not got anything easy. He's got his own problems and just sort of hope for the best. Can he find a way to get this yellow moving towards a pocket?
Oh, that's a bit out, to be honest.
Yeah, these cushions are sliding. Yeah.
And this is going to be a straightforward finish now for Dempsey, and a nice way to get himself into the match.
Yeah, even early on, could be a big moment. You never know. We thought that when Van Dad wasted a few early chances against Mark Selby, but still carried on, showed his self-belief and his composure. Difficult to dress these up. Stevie Dempsey is just getting himself into the match, taking it all on merit, doing the right thing, checking his, almost crossing the T's, dotting the I's. And these now are dot to dot. Nice play by Stevie D. 2-1 it will go. slight overcorrection, but a good contact nevertheless. Is he going to get a ball? Yes, he is. I tell you what, this is a nice split, Aaron. Just at first glance, this looks really nice.
It is, and I mean that was the last ball rolling there. If you watch these balls, literally the last ball.
Stevie thought he was dry. You saw there, he almost gave up the ghost a little bit. Can't blame him.
And I mean, Chipperfield would have been half out of his seat as well there. As well.
That's a nice opening shot. The only little bit of work he's got to do, he's always going to go yellows here, but the only bit of work he's got to do is on the yellow on the bottom rail.
Yeah, and you got the 2 balls near the bottom of the table. He's going to use one of them to try and develop his other bad yellow, and he will be looking to get on that as soon as he can. Certainly won't want to leave that until his last 2 balls.
No.
So I would assume whatever he does now is he's trying to leave that shot next.
Goes into it there. That'll do.
And he had a lot of side on that shot.
He did. He played it well. Such a good curious to Stevie Dempsey. I heard from Chippy in his interview there when Ultimate Pool began. He didn't think, Stevie was sort of in that sort of upper echelon of players in that sort of top 5 or 6, but his mind has been changed over the course of the last few years. I'm guessing you'd subscribe to that as well.
Yeah, and I would say everyone else would have agreed with that as well. Especially when I started, I wouldn't say Dempsey was somebody that I was worried about drawing. Whereas now, if you drew Dempsey, you'd be thinking, oh, it's a very tough game now. He's really upped his game in the last couple of years.
I always think I'd imagine when you're in the draw, you lads are so good, you don't necessarily fear anyone, but there's certain names that you pull out of the hat and you're like, okay, you feel certain ways about. Stevie's one of them players that you think, right, I've got to be on this, because if I'm not on my game, he will find a way to win. He's so difficult to play, never seems to make a bad decision.
Of course, yeah, and he's probably not one of the players that does all the flamboyant shots, and although he has done at times this weekend, he's not one of them players that is pulling out massive shots, but he's somebody that you never think you're going to get an easy game against.
No. It was a really high level, which generally means, having looked at the scoreline, that it was a pretty tight game.
He did, yeah. I think we probably made an equal amount of mistakes over the match. He maybe just had a couple of runs more off the break, or a little flick here and there. But yeah, I certainly wasn't disappointed with how I played.
But you must have been thinking at some point when he's playing Phil Harrison, you're like, I can't believe you've beaten me to play like this in the next round.
I was, and that's probably why I left the arena, and then I watched the rest of it on my phone then after that. Yeah.
So Chippy's looking at reds, and he's landed on his awkward ball straight away. Ooh, that's okay. He's all right.
Yeah, that's what he's playing for there. He's got a nice angle now, just to run off the cushion, bit of right hand side. He's coming down to his free reds. This could go wrong.
Well, he had a lot of margin of error there. There's a lot of places he could land the cue ball and be on a choice of 3, but he was very nearly in one of the few spots on the table he couldn't be on anything there.
Yeah, and as that white was coming down the table, then he would have been a bit worried that something could have gone wrong there, because he definitely didn't play to put it anywhere near there.
In the end, you could argue it's perfect position, but not that he would have been aiming for there. .3-2. Was that one of your now famous TikTok videos, was it?
Yeah.
Stevie makes a ball. I don't know if he loves the split. I think at first glance it looked alright. That's the Dempsey break there. That's what he's looking to hit. He gets that yellow going towards the left centre pocket, and when he does that, he's a seriously dangerous player, because if he can get his break consistently going, as we say, very difficult player to beat. when he won his first Ultimate Pool event, the Grand Slam, that was the break he was hitting over and over and over again. Yellow in the left centre pocket, giving himself chance after chance.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's something he's actually trying to do, or whether that's maybe just something that was happening. I don't know, because
he said to us at the time, he was like, that wasn't something I was initially trying to do. When I did it, I just kept trying to do it again and again and again. It now has become a little bit of a habit for him.
Yeah, and the thing is, if Dempsey is trying to get that ball in the middle, it's not really something I've seen other players trying to do. So I don't know whether it's just a bit of just a coincidence that ball is going in, or I don't know, but it's not something I've seen many players try to do, at least. Well,
I think it's a combination of things, right? He's looking to make good, solid contact, get plenty of power through the pack, keep the cue ball safe, and if you do all those things wherever you sort of place the cue ball, you sort of hope for a ball. But when it's on and he flushes it, cue ball goes straight up the middle, makes at least one ball, and he gives himself opportunities.
It's just a little bit awkward here, because he wouldn't want to leave the one into the centre as his last ball. However, he might have to. Depends on where he lands on his next shot. He wants to be on the one into the centre next shot, but he needs a good angle. It's just come a little bit far.
Can he hold it? I think he probably can, but I think he's going to try.
Yeah, he could hold it, but he would have to play a cannon the next shot.
Yeah.
He needs an angle on this last red now. I think he's got it as well. So nice shot. A lot of left hand side on that shot.
Yeah, lovely. Very good. Back and forth we go.
I know what you're saying, and to be honest, like, people have always said to me, would you ever try a glove? And if I was going to ever use it, it would be this weekend. But I don't have one, to be honest, so it's not even an option for me. But yeah, I mean, I have thought about, do I keep a glove around just in case for a hot weekend like this? And to be honest, I mean, it would probably be a good idea to use a glove.
Stevie looking at yellows here. Both players return after a quick refresh. So yellow's the ball. The ball that's on the left side rail is obviously a bit of an issue. One on the right side rail isn't lovely. You can get there now though. Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, it was a perfect cannon there he's played. And now he's got a couple of options. He can either try to leave the yellow in the top left with an angle to cannon into his bad ball, or he can leave the double.
Yeah, tough to say what you do here. I think there's no right or wrong way to go about this finish.
Yeah, and in this situation, different players go about it in different ways. I think if I was playing, I think I would be looking to leave a double on the yellow, because I think cannoning the yellow, you could possibly still leave it on the rail.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed to come out.
Well, it looks like Stevie's trying the one he's close to, just above the cue ball. He's got a good look to see if that goes past the other yellow. I don't think it does, which is why he's looking at potentially leaving the cue ball in the middle of the table to take the one up the rail. That is a tough shot, but he's made plenty of them today already.
It is, and the fact he's looking at that shot tells me it is on. However, it will still be quite thin, to be honest. That's a brilliant shot. He's on that. Yeah, he's going to be playing this up the rail now.
That's as good as you can get on it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's perfect. Still a tough shot, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, rather you than me, Stevie, but yeah, he made a couple of these against Craig Waddingham. He's feeling good today. He's found his mojo. And that is never in doubt. Smooth.
Yeah, that's a brilliant shot, that. And I know the pockets do play slightly generous up the rail there, but
yeah, no
I
need
can
for
tell
any of that,
you
yeah.
at that angle, it was certainly still a tough shot.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how generous you have to play it when it's on the rail like that. It just has to go in a straight line.
Of course, yeah, but I mean, because he was quite thin on that shot, so he only have to be slightly out, and he missed that by a mile, to be honest.
It's another terrific Stevie Dempsey clearance. And he goes 4-3 in front. Chippy looking for an avenue back in. But there you see, we talked about that break. Ball into the middle pocket was close. It went off the jaw. Just watch this left middle pocket here. That's the yellow he's looking to make. But if he doesn't make it, then you talk about quality of contact, get the cue ball right, and, you know, hopefully you make another ball. That's not far off a good break. Well, it is a good break, but not far off what he's looking to do. But the split isn't brilliant here. This is tricky.
Red ball's in play.
I'm tempted to say that was not what he was trying to do.
Yeah, possibly he's looking at the two reds on the right hand side of the table near the top. He might be looking at hitting the top one off the cushion, off the yellow, and then into the pocket, which would open the pocket for the other red.
It's certainly what he's got to look at now. I think I'm not sure what he was trying to play into. He was trying to play into something there off that red in the middle. It's not gone to plan. I'm not sure if the two reds that are glued together actually pass each other. Big shot coming up here.
He might just be playing a loss of turn here, because I can't see. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's clever. That's a really nice shot.
It is, and when you have the balls like that, there's not actually a lot of players that would think of playing a safety shot from there. And it's something I just did then in the commentary. You know, I'm looking at how can he clear up, and actually that's a really good shot.
Yeah. A three-way shot. Loss of turn, takes Chippy's yellow off the table, makes two of Stevie's reds accessible. Second part develops his two bad balls that obviously didn't go. And part three, what is Chippy doing from here? It's just a containing shot. Has he left a three-ball plant? Stevie's straight on it. So
yeah,
have a look.
Just not quite a free ball plant, I don't think. But yeah, coming back to that shot that Dempsey played there, I mean, I really like that choice of shot. You know, like I said, there's not many people that would have even been looking to play safe from there. And, you know, pool's not always about going for the finish, you know, and that's something that he spotted there, and I certainly weren't looking at a safety shot.
Not surprised to see Stevie lay up again. That's arguably even a better shot.
Wow, that is literally millimetre perfect as well.
Yeah, that's a tremendous shot. He's not expecting Chippy to miss here, but he's
Did
just...
he hit the cushion first, or...?
Yeah,
or is it
foul. There we go. Must hit a cushion after contact. So Stevie does get cue ball in hand. I'd be surprised if he goes for it still.
Possibly.
I wonder if he's thinking red into the top rail, into the yellow, into the red over the bag.
Yeah, so he's looking to come off the right hand side of the red, and then the yellow and red are a plant after that.
Yeah, that'll do. Oh, great shot.
And to be honest, he's very fortunate to be on the bad red at the bottom of the table. He certainly wasn't playing for that. He didn't know where the cue ball was going there. But landing on this red near the bottom is an absolute bonus, because the other reds are very easy after that.
I think he played that at a pace where he thinks, I've still got so many reds on the table and most of them are in potable positions. Get this cue ball out, I'm going to be on something.
Of course, yeah. I think he wasn't playing, he certainly wasn't playing down the table. I think he was trying to get the white, probably centre table. And obviously he's come a lot further than he thought. He certainly wasn't playing for the bottom red, but it was a massive bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's all Stevie Dempsey at the moment. The last few frames have been dominated by the Irishman. He is playing very, very well. Shaun Chipperfield hasn't done a huge amount wrong, but he's almost been played like a fiddle in this frame. Stevie took control early, played 2 fantastic safety shots, got his reward, and can go about his work.
Yeah, I think Chippy would have been a bit disappointed to actually foul there, because you're quite a big target to hit that ball, and you know he should have never really been hitting the cushion before the ball.
Well, it's what I said. Stevie was not expecting to get a cue ball in hand there. He's just trying to force Chippy to not be in control of where he's playing the yellow, but I mean, cue ball in hand was a real bonus.
Yeah, I mean, if Chippy didn't foul there, it still would have been a quite an even frame, you know, and certainly both players could have still won it. But what Dempsey was playing with the snooker was sort of hoping that Chippy might make a mistake, and he did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how good he is on this last ball as well, because if he plays this with check side, can he play it with check side?
About to find out. No, round 2.
Running, and this is a fantastic shot.
Yeah, lovely. I think that was the percentage shot for me.
Yeah, I think on these tables, playing with check side on that shot, the white doesn't really grip off the cushion.
Yeah, especially this weekend. I mean, these cushions are slidey as anything, aren't they?
Yeah, the white probably would have drifted into the centre of the table near the 2 yellows, which he wouldn't wanted, and that's why he's decided to come round.
Oh, that's tough, is it? No, he's going to make a ball. How's his first chance? I don't think it's great.
It's not bad actually. He's got a shot on the reds. He's got a
Can
red.
he get his red to the bottom left?
Yeah, he's got a red to the bottom left, and there's a couple of reds tied up, but I think he's got a couple of nice shots that he's able to develop them.
Well, they're all in close proximity, aren't they? Which is always a boost.
Red ball's in play.
Could look at red off red here. May elect for a 3-ball plant and leave them alone. Yeah, it's going to be the 3-ball plant, you feel. He's got to be quite clever with how he plays it, since he doesn't want the yellow to block the other red.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that the red that's hitting the cue ball comes away from the other yellow, just about.
Yeah, it's nice. Next shot he's got to play though, it's got to be a good one. He's all right actually. The furthest right of the reds, yeah, he's cleaner on it. He's absolutely fine. Making problems where there aren't any. Been watching too much of Cy Webb.
Yeah, and this is like a speed pool now, isn't it?
Well, it's always like speed pool when Chippy's playing.
I mean, was this a 6 red shootout or was this a frame?
Yeah, once he got it all figured out, they were not going to hang about, were they? It was just an awesome experience, and yeah, can't wait to relive it in Morocco. All right, Stevie Dempsey comes back to the table and absolutely sledges that break. He's got loads of balls on the move. He's made a few. Has he got an opening shot?
Just looks to have landed a little bit awkward here now. Certainly not an easy first shot.
Oh, that cluster at the bottom's a little bit horrible as well.
I mean, the only thing I can see here is either the red plant into the left corner, top corner. I'm not sure what he's playing here. Is he playing the red plant? I think he is. Oh, he's missed that by.
Oh, has he opened it up? Not quite. It's second prize, really. He's tried to go for all of it there, hasn't he? Make the plant, get into the red and the yellow, and just open everything up. It's a really aggressive shot.
He has, yeah, and yeah, he might have been better just to try and concentrate fully on the actual plant. Obviously, yeah, he has tried to develop the other bad red as well in that shot.
I'll tell you what, I've actually made a rookie mistake there, because of course it was still open table. So he has developed the bottom of the table. Shaun's going to take reds, and that red's okay. I think you can see enough of it to make it go. Might play the red after this one.
I think it pots, but The only tough thing is going to be how he gets on his next ball after potting it. Because the yellow next to the red is going to be very awkward. The white's going to be running into it.
Well, he could leave till last.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's going to look to do here, because actually the 8 ball is the easiest ball to get on after that ball.
I think that's going to be the plan. Just mapping it out.
I still think it's tight though, you know. I think he needs to get the cue ball in a good position on that last red. Certainly not a lottery.
Yeah, it's not a gimme finish, this, and you know, for all the talk that we say about Chippy being one of the quickest players in the world, he absolutely is, but he's not afraid to take his time either. He's about the quickest player I've ever seen on the shot, but he doesn't mind having a look around the table and thinking it out. He's made his plan, and he's going to stick to it.
I don't think that's the best angle on this red, because he's got to play a little stum run shot, and they're not always easy on these fast cloths. He's gone for the run through off the rail.
Oh, he looks pretty confident on it. Looks tight. Oh, I don't know.
Though?
Oh, he had to turn it in. He fouls.
Ball in hand.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying the shot before, he had a bad angle, because he didn't really want to be running that off the cushion, because it was always going to be tough to get on the last red running it.
Yeah.
And obviously he could have played the stum run through, but on these cloths, the stum run is probably the hardest shot you can play.
Yeah, it's because the cue ball as well makes that so difficult, with it being lighter than the object ball. But I mean, what a key moment in the match. At 5-4, difference between 6-4 and 5-all is absolutely enormous. His margin was small to land in there, Shaun Chipperfield, and he's only slightly out. That's all it takes.
Not sure he wanted to be this straight on this yellow. I think he was, where he was lining his cue, he wanted to be a little bit thinner on it, because he's probably going to have to do this with a bit more pace than he probably wanted to. And down the rails on these tables, if you do it with pace, you can miss them.
Promise. What a shot he's played there.
Yeah, it's probably a better shot than it looked on the screen, to be honest. Still not perfect position though. I mean, he's still a bit thin on this one down the rail. Can he hold for the centre? I'm not 100% sure. Certainly have to drop it in.
Yeah, this is one where you've got to make up your mind really clearly. Do you either go, well, if I play it long and give myself a shot, fine. If you can't be landing in between here.
And he has played long. Great
Yeah,
shot.
that's the right choice for me. I think it's a brilliant bit of execution as well. Here's cue ball in hand, perfect. 8 ball waiting, dead straight. Stevie Dempsey goes on the hill for a spot in his 3rd straight Pro Series final.
Yeah.
It might not, but now he needs to win 3 straight. Cue ball is saved. Has he made a ball? No, but they're messy. And that's all we can hope for. If you're going to be dry, at least it's messy.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about that break was the top spin he had on it. I don't know whether that's something he's trying to do, but I do feel when you put top spin on the break, you do lose a bit of power. I'm not sure if that's something he's trying to do, but...
Yeah, it's happened probably about 50% of his breaks, so it's tough to tell really, isn't it? What do you do here? I think this is a frame where if you're Stevie Dempsey, you almost go, I want nothing to do with this. You almost say to your opponent, well, you can go and win this for me if you like.
I mean, if he's going to go for the finish, you would certainly want to develop them balls as soon as possible. I mean, now he's not got an angle, it probably is better to reel in a little bit now.
Oh, you could cut and run here very easily, and he's tempted, but also he's one frame away from the final and he wants to be able to get there.
I think if he had a nice angle this shot, it would have been nice to try and get into them reds, but I think the later you leave it in this finish, the more you're giving the chance for Shaun.
Does he now play safe? Is he tempted, or is he going game? Oh, he's tried to play a loss of turn.
Yeah, I think the shot before, I thought he was going to play the loss of turn then. So obviously he's played the skill shot, but he could have maybe not potted the red, but still played the white onto the yellow.
You can see what he tried to do there. He wanted to glue the cue ball to the yellow, pot Shaun's yellow into the middle, and he's got nothing to go at. But Shaun knows he's got to go for these. It's not a particularly nice position to be in, but he's got to go for them and he's got to get them. There can be no more mistakes from here. Oh, he's got himself a lovely little angle here. Where's he going to look to play this cannon? Because that's the important part, isn't it?
Probably as full on the yellow as he can, I think. And he has done as well. Great shot. Is he on the one to the bottom right, bottom left?
That red going down is nice. Because now he's on the one to the bottom left.
Yeah.
And there's an argument for taking it. Yeah, you'll do. Shaun Chipperfield staying alive.
Still a little bit of work to do here. You know, he's got to avoid the 8 ball on this shot. And that's why he's punched it off the 2 cushions.
Yeah, he's actually got a nice angle here.
Again, I mean, he's just got to avoid these 2 reds in the centre of the table. And he's played that with a lot of right hand side to avoid them. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, lovely. Alright, 6-5. Stevie Dempsey is breaking next, and he will be breaking for a spot in the final. Stevie Dempsey breaking for the victory. Oh, how's that dry? Stevie Dempsey cannot believe it.
But where's the cue ball? They're both having a good look. This could be safe, you know, the cue ball. See if this red rests on the cue ball. It might, I think it has as well.
I mean, that's an amazing reaction, isn't it? Oh. Well, Chippy's at the table, which is the one thing he was hoping for. But what can you do here?
Maybe he shouldn't have been hoping for that from where that's landed.
I don't know if he can... I mean, answers on a postcard, folks.
I mean, possibly just rest onto the yellow on the bottom of the table.
Yeah, and over to you, he says. He hated doing that. He wanted to be able to impact it, but he can't. Has to wait. Does Stevie have an attacking option?
It's a nice shot. He's not really left Dempsey anything to go at here. I think he'll just be looking to play a similar shot, leave the cue ball around where it is now.
And they've run out of options for playing that shot again. So Chippy's now got to find something. Has he got the gap for that red, just right of where the blue spot would be, up to the top right? Is that what he's lining up?
Yeah, I think both players will be going for, well, looking to go for reds from here. Certainly the better colour set.
I think he's taking this on. Oh, what a shot. Whew. What a shot.
And possibly now, does he go for the double on his bad red?
He's not considering it. 8 ball now open to Shaun Chipperfield going game. Needs to get rid of the red closest to the pocket as early as possible. Why is he playing the plan?
Yeah, he's got the plan, and I'm not sure now. I'm thinking maybe this bad red I'm on about on the left hand side, does it go in the left centre?
Yeah, it's either that or long. I think that's got to be the plan.
I mean, it goes in the left centre, but what ball do you get on after potting it in there?
Is he thinking top 3 for the 8 ball? You could leave it till last.
It's tight angle though. I think he's got to play it before then, and he is doing. Yeah,
that was tough.
It was a lot tighter than it looked at, and that's why I was thinking, you know, what is he hoping to do with that ball?
Frustration etched all over the face of Shaun Chipperfield.
Like I said before, after potting that first red to the top right, he did have a chance to double that ball. He was pretty good on it. I'm not saying it was the right or wrong shot, but he was certainly on it then.
15-second shot clock in play.
Oh, Shaun Chipperfield. He said to us earlier he wants to break through this ceiling. He's had a lot of semi-finals with Ultimate Pool as a singles player. Yet to make it to the big dance on one of these Pro Series events. It looks like now it may be the same story again for him. Stevie Dempsey though still has to get there. How's your flick? It's okay. 8 ball now goes to the right middle.
Yeah, so now where that red's gone near the 8 ball, Ibba wanting to leave the yellow into the bottom left as his last ball.
God, look at the grip he's got there. Talked about how hard it is to get the side to grip off these cushions. That's checked back a long way.
Yeah, he needed a lot of side on that shot, and to be honest, as long as he pots this one now, bridging over the red, he's pretty much done.
Wow, this has been a super performance. He was as close to being out of the tournament as you can be in his match with Phil Harrison. Stevie Dempsey was dead in the water. But since coming through it, he has put in 2 awesome performances against world-class opposition. 2 balls away. And the 8 ball waits for his 3rd straight Pro Series final. It's there. Stevie Dempsey is a man on a mission.